that a little bit too bright. I'm like blinded over here. Okay. Does that look straight? Let's see. I have a mini level that I keep by my ring light and my phone, specifically for this very purpose. So when I am setting up my phone, hello Jamara, darling. I was just explaining why I have a little miniature level right by my ring light and by my phone. So that way when I'm going live, it's too bright, I'm like blinded over here. How's the lighting? So when I'm going live, I can see if my phone is at least straight. All right. Jamara, you win the award for being the first one here. Congratulations. I'm sorry I don't have any prize to give you, however. Bring over a little footrest over here. It is freezing here today. I actually have the heat on and it looks like it might rain. We're gonna see if it's gonna rain. I have no idea if it will or not. It's always a bit of a mystery if it's gonna rain. Hello, Lisbeth, my darling. I'm glad that you made it. Why am I pulling up my sleeves? I'm cold. I gotta mess with the lighting over here. I feel like it's not bright enough, but then when I make it brighter, I'm like blinded. Jamara, LOL, thanks. I received. Definitely. The vibe is the reward. That is certainly true. How are you guys doing today? I feel like I'm such a bad girl. I feel like I am a very, 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 very naughty young lady, and here's why. I have actual content to create, and I'd rather go live and hang out with you guys. Hello, Jenna. I'm trying to bring the sunshine. We don't have the sunshine here in LA today, but I'm going to try to bring it anyway. I have so much content to create for you guys, and I feel like I'm playing hooky because I'm going live with you guys instead of recording content. Hello, Beth. So I am totally playing hooky. I'm sorry, I'm very naughty. I know, I'm a very naughty girl. I'll be back to creating regular content for you guys tomorrow. I could have done it today, but I'd rather hang out with you guys. So here I am. Hello, Project 25. So I'm glad that you guys are also here hanging out with me today. I'm glad that you guys made it. Because if I'm playing hooky, we should at least play hooky together, no? It's a hooky playing party. I'm playing hooky from like creating content for you guys. I don't know what you guys are playing hooky from, but I'm glad that you're here and you're hanging out with me. Hello, famous Trin B. Hello. I'm fucking freezing. I'm wearing a sweater. I'm actually layered up. I'm wearing, I mean, I could probably take off the tank top, but whatever. It's all good. And I'm very excited, guys. I got Moldavite. I am wearing Moldavite, and I am also wearing my new Herkimer diamond ring today. I am like jazzed up. I am covered in all of this new energy. And actually, when I put it on yesterday, I put it on right before I had a session. I felt so amped up during this session. It was crazy. It was bananas. Like I felt the energy flowing. So I'm really excited to see, because you know what they say about, I don't know if you actually know what they say about Moldavite. They call it a destiny amplifier. I'm very, very curious to see how this is going to amplify my destiny. Thank you, Angela. I appreciate the compliment. Jamara, LOL, how do you know? Because, okay, here's how I don't actually know definitively that you guys are playing hooky. It's 1 o'clock here. That means it's 4 o'clock on the East Coast. I'm assuming some of you all are actually playing hooky. Maybe I'm very, very far off. I don't know, but we're here having fun anyway. Thank you, Beth. I'm very excited. I got it also. Jenna, ooh, it's gonna get wild. I adore Moldavite. I'm waiting to see how it's gonna get wild. Actually, I'm excited for it to get like wild. Jamara, monthly. Oh, gotcha. I got you, girl. I gotcha. Perfect reason to play hooky then. Just like Balance your energy out. Take it easy. I so get that. So I'm going to show off my new jewelry to you guys. This is my Herkimer diamond. And I actually, hello Mike88. I actually chose a dark one because I felt like it was goth. I could have gone with a lighter one, but I asked to see the stones that the woman on Etsy had. She had some lighter ones. I just didn't feel called to any of them. Like this one was just screaming at me, like, choose me, choose me. And I was like, you don't have to ask me twice. I gotta turn the light down a little bit more. It's gonna get a little dark. I actually really can't see, I'm so blinded. Boo Khalid, would you like to join HTS? I think you will bring, I don't know what that is. Can you tell me what HTS is? Jamara, mentally clocked out of work. I hear you. Mike, I'm not selling anything. I'm hanging out with you guys. I'm not selling you guys, I'm not trying to sell you my ring. I bought the ring for myself. I'm not trying to sell it to anybody over here. Jamara, my 8-hour hooky. Thank you, Lisbeth. Jamara, it actually matches your vibe. I see the vision now, right? It totally does. Beth, the darker one is more you for sure, and it goes with all the gray, so that's great too. Me and gray, I actually just, before I hopped on here, I went to the dry cleaners. I took in a gray sweater to actually be altered. Do I need any more gray sweaters? No. Pip was actually, it's the funniest story. I was wearing a gray sweater when I bought the gray sweater that I took in to be altered. Pip was standing with me. He's like, Mom, He's like, you have too many gray sweaters. I was like, look at the sweater I'm wearing right now. It was like pilled. It was one of my favorite sweaters. I didn't want to get rid of it, but it was pilled. So I was showing it to him. I'm like, you see, I need to replace the gray sweater. He's like, okay, I get it, Mom. I think he was humoring me because this Lord knows his kid knows I don't need any more gray sweaters. He was totally humoring me. Boo, HTS, a group of cool people somewhere. That's very descriptive. I like that. A group of cool people somewhere. You know what, Boo? You can be part of the Vibe Tribe because we're all here on this channel, a group of cool people, and we're all tuning in from somewhere around the globe. So there you go. Beth, the darker one is more you for sure, and it goes with a... Oh, hold on, I already read that comment. Addie said, shout out to Addie. Simon, that's crazy. Is it? I don't really know though. Laura Vega. John 14:6. Jesus answered, I am the way and the truth of life. No one comes to the Father except through me. Preach. Corey, what if we're on the moon? That's somewhere. That certainly qualifies as somewhere. So according to Boo, you could join HTS. Are you a cool person? If so, and you're on the moon, you can join anyway. It doesn't matter. Hello from Sweden. Hello, Mir, my darling. Simon, would you rather watch a tree grow or a... What the... Points for being creative there, but that was like creative in a slightly, I don't know, wonky direction. But I definitely give you points for being creative. Hello, Sling. So I showed you guys my Herkimer. Now I'm going to show you my Moldavite. I don't know, is it like considered to be uncouth to show Moldavite? I don't know, like is it proprietary? Like does the energy not work if you share what it looks like with other people? I don't know, I'm learning all about like Moldavite energy. Sarah, you did make it. Hello, darling. Simon, please tell me what based is again, because I don't remember and I don't want to misspeak. Oh, glory, Simon, you are always... sheep desperate for attention. That's fucking funny. I would definitely go to Hawaii. I'm not going to Disney. You couldn't pay me to go to Disney. No fucking way. The energy is wonky there. Okay, show the diamond. Okay. Oh, glory. Simon, I'm sorry for your... Thank you for bringing the humor, Old Glory. Old Glory is saying, Simon, I'm sorry your parents didn't love you enough to give you the attention that you crave online. That's funny. Jamara, ask the stone how it feels about being I think, hello, Frols. I think the stone is perfectly okay. Like it feels a little bit peacocky to me. Like I feel like it's very okay being shown off. Um, so I don't know if you guys can see it. It's below my name necklace. And I kind of took the inspo from the new backdrop, which is a sun, because this is a sun starburst with the Moldavite right in the middle of it. I'm kind of over the moon about it. I am serious, and it's like the perfect, check it out guys, like it's the perfect layering necklace. Like they're just perfect together, are they not? My name with a little Moldavite starburst, it's just perfection. So I'm really, really loving them right now. And yes, my stone definitely feels like a peacock. It's like, yes, girl, show me off, show me off. Disney World or Disneyland, I don't know, whichever one is here in California. I always confuse the two of them, but I still wouldn't even go there. Jenna, shine a light through it. Thank you, Frols darling. Thank you. Vatican City update. Hi, how are you doing today? I am Mr. OK Fashion from Nigeria. It's quite cool here. Hello from Nigeria. I'm kind of digging your handle, by the way. Like Vatican City update. I'm curious what update you have for us today from Vatican City if you're actually tuning in from Nigeria. Hello, M. Dawood. And the real bold key. Hello. Everybody is so friendly today. I'm so glad that you guys are tuning in. I have literally no agenda, so we can talk about whatever it is. Hello from England. We can talk about whatever it is that you guys actually want to talk about, or absolutely nothing at all. Other than just for me to say, I am definitely playing hooky. I have content to create. I am not creating it for you guys. Bad Faye, bad Faye. Not creating content. Instead, I'm coming on here and hanging out with you all. Because until we actually have some sort of a retreat, this is how I get my cheap thrills, apparently. It's coming on and hanging out with you guys. I do not do martial arts. I do yoga. Charlie Peace. My name is Claire. Oh, hello. Oh, maybe I actually read what the handle said there. I'm sorry about that. Vatican City update. I have an update about a black man becoming a Catholic Pope. Okay, I'm cool with that. I'm actually really curious if there's going to be another Pope. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of people that are still really asleep and they would want that, but I kind of wonder. I don't know. I kind of wonder. Frols, are you able to read the energy on Kelly Ripa? So I actually looked into them in a segment for a previous AMA. So you can tell me if there's something that specific that you want to know about them. Since I've already connected to their energy, it's probably going to be pretty easy for me to connect to them again. Also, they're public figures. Hello, he who rebel. Beth, me too, Faye. I was wondering the same thing about the ball. Hello, Miles. I'm glad that you made it. I don't know. It's because here's the thing. Any leader of any kind, what they're actually doing is they're sending a message, even if it's not a verbal message. They are sending a message by the fact that they are a leader of something. They are sending the message that they are above other people. And I'm not really understanding why a religion would call for one person to be above all of the other people, because in the eyes of God, we're actually all the same. So in the eyes of God, why do we need to have an intermediary for us to go to ask questions on behalf, when we should, in my humblest of opinion, also taking into account, I use the dreaded word should, but in my humblest of opinions, what might be more beneficial is being encouraged to seek the answers on our own and to meditate and to come to the conclusion on our own without going into some sort of an intermediary. Ah, thank you, Claire. Yes, my name has an H in it. Yeah, he who, but they always want to control. It's also, if you look at it this way, everything is kind of set up to create, thank you. It's all done with the intention of creating like division between people. So there's the have-nots. Like if you even look at the whole Hollywood structure, it's with the intention of creating false idols. that's also in part why they do so much plastic surgery to them, because they're making people look otherworldly. So that way we at home that don't look like that, even though never mind that the celebrities themselves don't even look like that, we at home, when we're looking at them, we're thinking, oh wow, like they're so pretty, they don't even look like that. You know, there's so many, and I love actually that there's so many accounts on Instagram that are showing celebrity before and afters, because they do it slowly and they do it so gradually you can actually forget what they used to look like the Kardashians. The Kardashians have had so much unbelievable plastic surgery. I don't even know if they know what they used to look like. They probably burned all of the old pictures of what they used to look like because they don't even want to be confronted by their humanity. Hold on, there's a lot of comments going by here. Thank you, Sarah Lee. Hello. Vatican City update. I prefer the next pope to be a black man. That's my favorite wish now. I like that. I'm all for diversity. I think it's going to be great. Frolls. Yes, Faye. Are they both faithful to each other after all these years? Do they still love each other in a deep way? Does Kelly actually eat? Does she actually eat, or is she naturally thin? Or does she suffer from an, I appreciate that you put ED. I'm not going to say the words either. Well, they definitely still love each other, but it's not the way that it used to be early on. I kind of feel like they've made their brand all about like how much they love each other. So they're never going to be seen not loving each other in that sort of a, capacity, because I kind of have a feeling that's what their entire brand is built on. Kelly does eat. I don't think she has an ED. I think she actually works out like a fiend. Like I see her on a treadmill and she's just like booking it. Like I don't even know what speed she's running at, but she's just taking off. She's just running. So she does a lot to actually burn, or she did. I'm going to say now she probably is supplementing. This is kind of crazy because she's so petite. She's like a little thin, like chicken bone. But I actually think she supplements a lot of the working out that she used to do with Ozempic. Lord knows the woman does not need it, but she, and here's also the thing, she's kind of, she's type A. So she, type A people to me, they're dealing with trauma, unresolved trauma, and they are trying to keep themselves busy so they don't have to deal with the trauma that they have experienced. So her also just running, like on the treadmill, it's like a way of her almost like running away from her problems. She has a very, very nervous disposition. So kind of just getting on the treadmill and just like running, it feels good for her. I don't see her admitting that she actually is supplementing her workout regimen with, she also takes human growth hormones. I can definitely see that. I don't see that she's ever going to admit that she's using Ozempic, because people would be like, why, Kelly, why? But I do think that she is supplementing it. Hold on. I gotta turn. I'm so sorry, guys. I really cannot even see the light. I know the lighting is terrible, but I don't have any natural. It looks like it's gonna rain today. I don't have natural sunlight in here today. So I just turned the ring light down so I can actually see the comments, because I can't see them otherwise. I'm sorry, guys. Edsel Silva, and his gifts to the church were varied, and he himself appointed some as apostles, special messengers or representatives, some as prophets who speak a new message from God to the people. That's interesting, because I actually did not know that. I don't know a lot about the Pope or the, I know what I've looked into behind the veil, but I don't know a lot of actual 3D information. So thank you for sharing that. Hello, Siri from Witcher. Elizabeth, is there any way to know if somebody pledged you before anything happens to you? Nope. You will not know until you're on the other side. Isn't that crazy? Hello, Nicole Darling. Edsel, Ephesians 4:11, and he gave some to be apostles and some prophets and some evangelists and some pastors and some teachers. Joe Granat. Hi, Joe. I'm glad that you caught us. I'm glad. So, is this the last one that I did that I don't think I did timestamps for? Or here's the one from 2 times ago I actually did timestamps for because it wasn't too long. I don't think I did timestamps on the most recent one. I'm sorry. I'm so naughty. Not only am I playing hooky from creating content for you guys, but I'm also playing hooky from timestamping my previous content. For shame, for shame. What time is it there? It's 1:16 p.m. in the afternoon. Sarah Lee, thanks Faye for the creatine recommendation. I'm trying it. I'm so glad that you're trying it. Let me know how it goes. I'm gonna tell you, I have seen, like, it's very hard for me. I came from yoga this morning, so, and then I showered before that, so my hair is a little bit wonky. Whatever. I'm also not wearing makeup. Whatever. It's okay. I'm letting go of the need to be in control of everything that happens here. I have a very hard time, Sarah, actually gaining muscle mass. The creatine is the only thing that I've actually seen I've gained. And I work out, but there's certain parts of my body that just, I don't fucking know. Like my butt, I have a nice shapely butt. I have nice shapely legs. I always have. My arms are like, I'm like a scrawny little chicken. I never have been able to gain any sort of like recognizable muscle mass on my arms until I started taking creatine. And then the beautiful thing is, it's not only developing muscle mass in my arms, it's developing muscle mass everywhere. And I think that that's just wonderful, because who doesn't want more muscle mass? Especially as we're getting older, muscle mass is the way. Lil Hubs, Jesus loves you. Thank you. Amen, and right back at you. Thomas, hello, Thomas. Jamara, and you laugh. What am I laughing at? I don't even. Yeah, no timestamps. By the way, okay, so guys, anyone who's here that's watching my content, if you are ever watching any of my content and you want to put timestamps in as a comment, you can always add timestamps and it will populate. It is clickable. If you put timestamps in, even if you're putting timestamps in as a comment, it will populate. True story. So don't be shy if you guys want to help out the channel. That is most appreciated. Have met. You're still gorgeous. Thank you. I appreciate the compliment so much. Furls, no way, Faye. I know she's so tiny and in size, and she takes, yeah. It's what all the cool kids are in Hollywood are doing. That's probably why. I know it is kind of insane. I do remember that you said she is a big, yes, she is. You're most welcome, Frols. Beth, hey guys, don't forget, I love you, Beth. Beth is always the biggest advocate reminding you guys to hit the thumbs up. I appreciate you so much, Beth. Beth is reminding you guys to give a thumbs up, please. Thank you, Sarah Lee. Project 25 is Kiki Pom. That's a great question. I'll look into her. Is that really her name? M. Wood, same time, but in AM. Oh, so you're 12 hours ahead of or behind me. Where are you tuning in from? That's what I would like to know. I want to know where you're tuning in from and why we have a 12-hour time difference. And by the way, amazing that you are on YouTube at 1:19 a.m. in the morning. Kudos to you. That shows some serious commitment to something. I don't know what. I don't know if this is your first time tuning in. Like, did you just get a notification that I came on live, or did you find me because you were just scrolling through YouTube? I'm always curious to hear. Like, some of you guys, I recognize you. I know that you're part of the SoularFlow fam. I told some of you I was hopping on. Some of you, I know you get email notifications. And then there's probably some people here that are just scrolling on YouTube and they find me. Thank you, Sarah. No, it's okay. So can you give me her real name? I know she's a public figure, but I don't know who she is. Oh, you just came up in my feed. Awesome. Well, I'm so excited that you're here, M. Delwood. Thank you for joining us here. And thank you for hanging out with us. And thank you for not being like, what the fuck are you talking about, lady? I get a lot of that. Sarah, Faye, have you seen Klaus Schwab is under investigation after a new whistleblower letter alleged financial and ethical misconduct? It doesn't surprise me. I haven't seen it, actually. I don't watch the news. I don't read newspapers. I am so insulated. Honestly, I I have not turned the TV on in... I tried to watch a movie a couple of months ago and I couldn't even finish it. Other than that, before that, the last time I turned my TV on was at least a year ago. I have no idea what's going on in the world. You can, I really have no fucking clue. And I like it that way just fine. I don't want to know what's going on in the world, actually. Jenna, let's like the vid, my loves. Thank you, Jenna, darling. I appreciate you so much. But it doesn't surprise me, because here's the thing, 2025, thank you, I will answer your question, M. Dawood. 2025 is a very pivotal year. This is when a lot of the corruption is going to start to be revealed on a much bigger, grander scale. And then 2026 is when it's going to get gnarly. So yeah, we're going to start to see a lot more revelations coming out. That's in part also why you have what's going on with Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. That's part of the reveal to show how corrupt Hollywood is in addition. So M. Dawood, this channel, what we specifically do here is, I'm an energy reader, I'm an intuitive, I'm a psychic, I'm an astral traveler and a remote viewer. My specialty, if you will, is kind of peeling back the three-dimensional veil and exploring the soul, spiritual, energetic, or vibrational reality that is comprising the world that we see around us. Because everything that we see has something going on behind the veil that comprises the reality that is happening around us. So that's both on a big grand scale worldwide as well as in our own personal lives. Project 25, her full name is Lauren Kayana Palmer. Yeah, she is. Not very high up though, but she is definitely in the club. I would say maybe like if there's 4 levels, I would say she's maybe like first level. So she's not very high up. Froles, I have to ask more questions. You got it, girl. I'm here for you. About Aaron Pierre and Tayana Taylor. Please forgive me. Girl, there's nothing to forgive. This is why I do these live streams, so you can ask questions in real time. You can bring any question you want, honey. Jenna, and the dude that replaced Schwab is even more horrendous, former Nestle guy. Wait, he's been replaced? Wow, I am really so out of it. This is amazing. I love my life. He who rebel, are you religious? For a seemingly simple question, I would say it's not so simple, and I'm going to share with you why it's not so simple. So I was raised of the Jewish faith, and there's a lot of things that I still keep in that vein in my home. I'm also raising my little one of the Jewish faith. However, I would also say, because of the work that I do and meditation, I've seen a lot of things that to me, I've gotten to have a different kind of perspective on religion as a whole, and first and foremost understanding how every single religion on the globe has been corrupted. And it's either through taking important things out of religious texts to give it more context, or even corrupting it by adding things that were never in the religious texts in the first place. So all of the religions has been corrupted, and you know, God also, again, we're all equal in the eyes of God. We're all God's children. So anything in any religion that would separate people or dismantle the love that we could have for one another or supporting one another is such an egregious misconduct in any religion that it's frankly very upsetting to me. And I also, you know, even when I was, you know, little, you don't know, that's why I'm telling you, but even when I was little, I just didn't understand why people were always going to a rabbi to ask a rabbi questions. Because I was like, shouldn't the idea of religion be to empower people? And if we're always telling them, if you have a question, go to your rabbi, to me that just always seemed like we're disempowering people. So I also have come to realize that, frankly, God just wants to have a relationship with us, his children. God doesn't care if we pray in a synagogue, in a temple, on a prayer mat, in a mosque. God just wants a relationship with you. So any religion that's going to say there needs to be an intermediary between us and God is creating division and separation where there is not meant to be a division and separation, because God just wants to have a relationship with us. It's like, do you think when my kid is older, I'm going to tell my kid you can only call me on Tuesday and Thursday, other than that I don't want to hear from you? God, no. Whenever my kid wants to call me or hang out with me, I will drop everything and I will be there to spend time with my child. It's exactly like that with God. God just wants to have a relationship with us. Anything that's going to put a separation between us and God is a misrepresentation of God's intentions for us and towards us. I'm also going to tell you, like, there's no chosen people. To me, that's another example of how religion has been corrupted. I don't look at myself as a Jew and be like, oh, I'm chosen, you're not, no. Like, no, that's complete fucking bullshit. That, again, is creating a division between people. That's not what God wants. God does not want his children to fight in his name. God wants us to love each other, and God just wants to have a relationship with us. That's it. Anything outside of that, it's a corruption of God's intentions. And I also don't like it when I see religions that are prescribing human emotions to God. God is above that. Like, frankly, guys, do you really think God cares if you have sex before you get married? Come the fuck on. God doesn't care about that. Again, God just wants to have a relationship with you, God's children. So let's not prescribe human emotions to God, because God is frankly above that. All right, I'm getting off my soapbox. I'm going to catch up on comments. And I got to turn, okay, I feel so bad. The lighting is so bad, but when I make it lighter, I'm blinded. No, that's a great question, Project 25. No, the energy, so naturally occurring portals really only occur in locations where there's a lot of nature. And here's also the other thing. I don't know if you've ever seen the video that I did on Las Vegas. There used to be portals in Las Vegas. I mean, there still are. All of the portals have been temporarily closed, but the portals that used to be open in Las Vegas, the entities that were going through actually changed when Las Vegas started to change as well, because the energy when it was getting developed had also changed enormously. But you're not going to see any of them that are still operational in any location that's a big metropolitan city. They're only going to be in areas where there's a lot of nature. Because that's, if you look at it this way, that's kind of the, it's a chaotic energy in a city. And a lot of the entities that are going to cross through, we won't even see them. And the reason we don't even see them when they cross through is because even in a natural place like the Pacific Northwest, where there are naturally occurring portals, a lot of the Bigfoot actually cross through there, but we don't really see them. And it's because it's such a different vibration from where they came from that they tend to kind of hide out, and they're reclusive. They don't want to be seen by other people. They don't really come out during the day because the energy, even in a natural place like the Pacific Northwest, it's still not a vibrational match from where they came from. So anything that's going to want to come in, they're kind of discerning with what the energy is. They kind of have to be an energetic match for it, but you're not going to see a naturally occurring portal in a city. No way. Sarah Lee, is Dakota Johnson, Chris Martin relationship a real one? It is. But that's a good question. He who rebel. I believe religious texts should be read symbolically rather than literally, because literalism creates fear, control, and division, all true, while symbolism opens the path to awareness, unity, and freedom. That is very well said. Project 25, do cats balance negative energy, and do you have... So I actually, Project 25, I want to say maybe my most recent AMA, I looked into cats. They are mystical. They are mystical creatures. They don't really have 9 lives. If you go back and watch the segment I had done in the AMA, I actually explained where the concept of them having 9 lives came from. Beth, love and be loved, and you are following God's religion. That is honestly the most important thing. Hello, Felicia. Hi, I just joined. I'm so glad that you did. Welcome. Frols, thanks so much, Faye. When Tay was at Coachella, Chris Brown embraced her quite closely. A video clip of it was all over social media. Did Aaron feel any type of way? And what were Tay and Chris talking about? I think they were just shooting the shit. I really can't see like specifics of what they were talking about. No, I feel like Aaron is very secure in the relationship. He doesn't not trust her, and also he knows that Chris Brown is not her type, and not even a little bit. I think they just know each other from the industry, so they were just kind of shooting the shit. But there was there's nothing romantic going on, and Aaron knows that. Joe Granada, is Amelia Clark in the club? I imagine yes, due to her fame. Read the other day about her having a stroke during, oh my god, Game of Thrones filming, and wondering what was the real story. She's very young to have a stroke. That's kind of unusual. I don't actually see that she's in the club. Not currently anyway. Because also look at it this way, after Game of Thrones, like her career never really took off. It never really went anywhere. And Game of Thrones was casting a lot of people out of the country, out of the United States, and they were not actually casting a lot of well-known, like everyone that was on the show ended up going on and having some level of more fame and notoriety than they had prior to joining the show. But they might be, no, I don't think she's in the club. No, I don't actually think so. Isn't that wild? I love this community. Everybody is being so welcoming to Felisa, who just joined. That's wonderful. M. Dawood, I agree stuff goes on we don't see, maybe in a conspiracy sense, lol, but I don't understand how you're conveying it. So ask any questions that you want to. I'm more than happy to answer questions that you have. Jamara, is Chris Brown okay? Why do so many people feel protective over him like he's one of us? Who feels protective over him? I think he had a mental breakdown, and I think that's why people feel very protective over him. Hi, Samaya, honey. I'm glad that you caught us. M. Dawood, that was out of pocket. I don't know what that means. Project 25, was Elliott Smith and Pimp C unalived by the industry? Are those, can I get their real names, please? Pimp C is definitely not the person's real name. Is Elliott Smith the person's real name? Jamara, how does Katie feel about them sending her? She is Katie. Pissed. Like the whole, if you look at the fallout of what happened, wowza. Gayle King taking getting so with so much righteous indignation. Like how come when men go to space, we don't say that they're just taking a ride, but when a woman does, we tell them that they're taking a ride. When a man goes to space, they're called astronauts, but when women do, we're not. Lady, it's because you're not a fucking astronaut and you did take a ride. That's why. Facts over feelings, Gayle King, and facts over feeling, Katy Perry. Yeah, to me, this is just all further part of the reveals of Hollywood. How morally corrupt and out to lunch and with a sense of entitlement people have in Hollywood. And it's just being revealed, and it's glorious. Sarah Lee, did Tina Turner really, yes, she really crossed over due to natural causes, yes. Hello, Rachel darling. Have you been seeing all the things Kanye West has been saying lately about Beyonce, etc.? Is he in any danger, or is he being allowed to say? Honestly, he's a little bit fried. And the industry is in the process of being turned over right now. So I think had he said these things a couple of years back, I might have been a little bit more concerned for his welfare and his well-being. I'm not terribly concerned for his well-being right now because I know the industry is in the process of changing. He's a little bit fried, and here's the thing, a lot of people don't take him seriously. So he, you know, those that be are kind of looking at him and they're like, how much damage could he really cause? People already at this point think he's a loose cannon and think he's kind of loco. So I'm not worried for him. Joe Granada, thanks for your answer. Wow, and I'm glad she's not in it. I knew I liked her. M. Dawood, oh, I didn't say that to you. Sorry. Okay. Project 25, Stephen Paul Smith is Elliot Smith. Thank you. Now I can pick up a resonance on his name. And Pimp C real name is Chad Lamont Butler. Chad, I don't know how they were unalived. I think whatever is said about Chad Lamont Butler isn't true though, because there's a lot, or at least what's being shown to me, a lot of violence around the situation of his crossing over. Was he, or what, I'm not sure if the official narrative that he was stabbed, I'm seeing repeatedly stabbed in the abdomen. So the question is, was he taken out by the club? I actually don't think, so what's his name? Chad Lamont Butler, I don't think was. This is some sort of a personal beef that somebody had with him, because again, the way that he was taken out was very visceral, like attached to a lot of emotion. So this was like a personal beef somebody had with him. Hold on, let me scroll back up. Stephen Paul Smith, I think he was taken out by the club. Sarah Lee, were actors Robert Downey Jr. and Benedict. So Robert Downey Jr., I did a previous segment on him. He was most definitely born in the club. Benedict Cumberbatch. So he's saying to me, no, with a name like this, if I was a club, they would never have given me a name like this if I was born in the club. So according to his own energy, what's his name? Benedict Cumberbatch is saying he was not born in the club. Robert Downey Jr. absolutely was. I've looked into him. Jamara, his global worldwide fans, he's like MJ to a group of his generation. Well, that's unfortunate that he's no longer with us. Sarah Lee, how's Justin Bieber doing? Is he raising his child in the club? He's trying to get out of it. No. Justin Bieber has had a, I don't know if I would say it's like a literal come to Jesus moment, but he's had I would say a reckoning within the last few years. He has had a reckoning. And he wants to get out of the club, and he's starting to, now that he's getting older, he's starting to see himself more clearly, and he's understanding he was just like a tool. He was a pawn on a pawn board, and he feels like he never had, he genuinely loves to sing and perform, but he's kind of recognizing that something that he loved was used against him to get him to be used. He's saying, he's actually telling me he's used goods at this point, and he doesn't want to raise his child in the club because he doesn't want his child to grow up being used as well, because he's very, very clearly understanding he was used. So no, he's trying to get the fuck out of the club. Froles, as a rising star, has Aaron Paul had to do anything out of bounds to get any of the roles? If not, will he have to do so in the future to continue being an actor? Has he seen anything disturb? He's seen some things, but I don't think he understands what he's seen. Or here's the thing, I'm not saying he's not intelligent or he's not bright. I think he has an invested interest in not recognizing the things that he has seen. He's not seen anything untowards happening to littles. I think he's maybe seen, he's been at some parties where there's been like some spirit cooking, but he's not seen anything And to him, he's just like, yeah, what, like, and from his point of view, the way maybe I would think a lot of people maybe look at people in California, like, oh, we're crunchy granola, right? And you know, some of us definitely are, present company included, but there's a lot of incredibly straight-laced people like that work in like finance and banking and business, and so it's not like everyone here is crunchy granola, but from his point of view, he's looking at the industry like, yeah, whatever, they're into alternative, you know, because he's also been at parties where they had like tarot readers and they had like psychics. How do I get to one of these parties? But I don't really want to go. I'm just being sarcastic. But so from his point of view, he's looking at it like, oh, they're just into like alternative lifestyles. They're a little bit out there. They're a little bit woo woo. He's seen some things, but he's also seen things that is easy to dismiss, because there's also the thing. He's not high up in the club. So they're not going to invite somebody to an industry party if they know that person isn't savvy and down with what's going on. Or unless they want to trap a person in some sort of a compromising situation so they can use them for blackmail purposes. But he's not seen anything that's too out there or too crazy. And I'm going to give you the same answer I had given a moment ago with Justin, not Justin Bieber, I forgot who it was. The industry is changing. So the potential for somebody to see something at this point is far reduced, because the industry is already in the process of it's already been in the process of changing for a couple of years now. When I had looked into, I think, the Academy Awards 2023, that was the first year I think they had a white carpet. They always have a red carpet. That was the first year they had a white carpet. That was a subtle way of expressing the fact that they're cleaning up the industry and it's becoming pure. So the industry already started to change in 2023. Now, I'm not saying there's not still things that are going on. I'm just saying it's already in the process of being cleaned up. So you can do with that what you will. Jamara, so all the touring going on, nostalgia festivals, film to live music, anniversary tours, is this like, yes, exactly right. That's exactly right. They're starting to wrap, like I had called this years ago, we're gonna start to see a lot, and it started to already come true. I started to see like a lot of people moving, a lot of celebrities started to move out of Hollywood, and they started to move to other states, they started to move to other countries. I called this back in 2020, before I even had a YouTube channel. I was like, we're going to see people retiring, a la, what's his name? What's his name? He was in Alaska the Mohegans. He played Abraham Lincoln. He retired. Why did he retire though? He was told he had to retire. And then we've seen so many other people starting to move out of Hollywood. I called this years ago. Because it was shown to me. I knew that it was what was going to happen. You're going to see people in like their so-called heyday starting to retire. Why though? Why are they retiring in their heyday? Rachel, hi Faye. I'm happy you remembered my. I know. It might take me a couple of times to catch on, but then when I do, you got me for life. Love that question, Jamara. It's a great question. M. Dawood, well, I definitely experienced something new today because I've never watched a live for this long. I'm glad that you decided to stick around. I would be delighted if you would consider watching some of my other content to get a full flavor of what this channel is about and what we do here. Sarah Lee, the rapper Future is father to 8 kids, holy shit, with 8 different women. Is the gruesome stuff they possibly did to him that makes him and also others behave like this? No, he just likes women. Hello, Deborah, my darling. I'm glad you caught us. Good day also. Not late at all. Did you guys know that Justin play the hell out of the drums? Send him positive energies, everyone. He needs it. I love that. Rachel, was that the actress Sydney Sweeney seen in Hollywood? She is rising in fame, and I'm wondering what she has done to get that fame. Now, correct me if I'm mistaken, Sydney Sweeney, wasn't she on Full House? name seems awfully familiar to me. Please tell me if I'm thinking of the same person. Jamara, if Earth is dense, it is dense, didn't we have to be a vibrational match to come here? So that means our energy starts low if we have, so there's a couple of things that are going on. Earth was created specifically for us to have bodies so that we could create in. It is a very, very dense energy, but here's also the thing. We were, before coming to the Earth plane, there's other places in the universe where nothing but pure energy. So yes, to a certain extent, we do need to be a vibrational match. That's why we know what to do here and how to create here. Because now for the first time, or when, let's say, Earth was first created for us, for the first time, pure energy souls had bodies. Our bodies are a lot more dense than pure energy. Like, there's so many people whose energy I looked into, and they were like, they loved being out of their body because they love being pure energy once again. And when they're in their body, they felt compressed. Because we're actually limitless, and we have limitless potential when we're just pure energy and we don't have bodies. The bodies actually compress the energy. And our bodies are dense, albeit not as dense as Earth is, but compared to being limitless energy, yes, we are a lot more dense. So we are definitely a vibrational match for Earth. That's why also, Jamara, do you remember in the video I had done on Adam and Eve, I had said we're not actually created from dust. We are created from Earth. Adam, the first man, was created from Earth. He was created from Earth, so that way we would be more akin to a vibrational match to Earth, because then we would know what to do with the actual Earth. Not like the literal Earth, but again, we came here to create. You can't create with dust, but Earth, you can literally create with Earth. You can create with it, you can create in it, you can create on it. It's limitless. The potential for what we can actually do is limitless. So we are a vibrational match, and we were created from Earth, so that way we would know what to do with the actual literal Earth. Because we were made of it, and we were made from it, and it was all by design. Beth, Danger, she really is on fire. Project 25, do you have to join a club to be famous streamer? Is Kai sent in? Well, so it's been shown to me that the club has infiltrated everything. Absolutely everything. Self-help books, spirituality, psychics, energy readers. Not me. My platform is definitely not big enough yet, but it's infiltrated everything. Now, I would also look at it this way. If there's a particular agenda that they want to push, what might that be? So I don't know this Kai Kent. What's his channel about? What does he do on his channel? Is it, because I look at like a lot of the gamers, for example, and no disrespect to any of them because they produce content like animals, like they're beasts. But I look at a lot of gamers and I'm like, this seems like it's an agenda. First of all, think about it. Why is somebody playing a video going to earn millions upon millions upon millions of subscribers? It's a way of putting forth, like, it's almost a way of like diminishing the value of men. Because now men, instead of actually creating, now this goes perfectly in tandem with what Jamara had just asked, but instead of men actually being productive and creating out in the 3D material world, what are they actually creating? Nothing. They're playing. So it's also a way of capturing the consciousness of a younger generation and then showing the younger generation, oh, hey, if you want to be, you know, famous, you can just open up like a YouTube account and you can just play video games, and like that's the productivity. But it's first and foremost, it's not developing the mind, it's not developing the body, it's not being truly productive. In a way, I would even say I can't prove this, but I actually think when men are not doing things with their body, I think that's a big reason the testosterone levels are a lot lower today. Now, this is also obviously, there's so many personal care products that have phthalates and fragrances, and that is definitely going to lower a man's testosterone. But I think the actual act of a man, like being physical with their body, I think is actually tied to testosterone. And we know that men now are a lot more, or a lot less active than, not just men, everybody, women too. We're all leading so much more of a sentient lifestyle. I think that's part of why specifically like men's testosterone levels are so low. Now, in response to their testosterone levels being so low, that's causing women to have to embrace more of our own masculine energy, because the men are not embracing what they were created to be, which is to be men. So you see men in a lot of cases are more feminine than a lot of women are. And no, again, I'm not talking about metro men. I'm literally talking about there are men that want to be chased by women. There are men that want to be taken out on dates by women. Like, this is so fucking backwards. Look at your body part. That tells you everything you need to know about what the intention of the energy that we were created with. So everything is so completely backwards right now. Also by design. Disperser, you are, no, I'm actually not liberal, but okay, you do you, boo. Sayonara. Hello, Julie. I'm so glad that you are here. What do you want to know specifically about Harry Styles? Jamara, yes, our project, he did spirit cooking. Sarah Lee, was actress Florence Pugh, I don't know how to pronounce her name, and Joey King born in the club? I think Florence was. I'm not convinced Joey King was. But I do think Joey joined. I think maybe Joey was raised in it, but I don't think born in it. But Florence, absolutely. I actually had an epiphany last night because I was, who did I channel? Hold on. Oh, now I'm getting hot in here. Hold on, I gotta turn my heat off. I'll share with you guys this crazy epiphany that I had last night. You know, when someone like has new money, you can almost kind of like tell they have new money because they're all about like the designer everything. So anyone that's a little bit more over the top with how they choose to spend their money when they so-called make it, that is an indication that they were not raised in the club. Because who did I look into last night? Again, me, I have so much content. For shame, Faye. Okay, I looked into two people, two totally different people, and when I talk about them, they're not getting their own video, but you'll see what I mean. I looked into Billy Ray Cyrus and I looked into Barbara Streisand. I'm not going to say which. I'm just going to say one of them was born and raised in the club, and one of them wasn't. Let's see if you guys can guess who was. Because what came with that was the way, and again, you'll see when I share the energy reading portion on them, but there's a subtle way that you can tell if somebody was raised in it or if somebody is newer to it. Nicole, disperser is hilarious. Is that the person? Yeah, the person who thinks that I'm a loot. And also, here's the thing, guys. Like, it's not a fucking airport. You don't have to announce your departure. It's like, it's okay. You can come and go. It's not an airport over here. Jamara, no, Future is just a deadbeat. And he's a little bit of a skirt chaser. Sarah Lee, like, LOL, Jamara, I had that feeling. Rachel, No, not Full House show called Euphoria and a romance movie I know about. Euphoria. I mean, I've really been out of it too long. I'm like, what the fuck is Euphoria? That's a feeling, isn't it? I don't know. I didn't know it's a TV show. Frolls. Okay, Faye. So as a rising star, Aaron Pierre didn't have to do any out of bounds to get any of it. He's a little bit of an outlier, I would say. And since HW is already Hollywood is already changing, he might not have to do anything. I would say there's anywhere from a 60 to 80% chance the industry is going to be fully changed before he's there. I feel like he's kind of like loading the potential for what they can do with him. But here's the thing, like, free will still reigns supreme. And as I've shared with you guys, clones do not make good actors. So if anything, if he repeatedly says if they offer him and he repeatedly says he doesn't want to, then they're just going to try to find a way to blackmail him and put him in like a situation where they can blackmail him. But he's a little bit introverted. He doesn't really like going to these Hollywood events, and I don't know. I also don't know how quickly the industry is changing. Like, it started to change, certainly, but there's still people in the industry that are up to nefarious things. So this is something I really don't actually have a complete answer for you on, because I don't know at what rate the industry is going to fully be changed. I don't have an answer at this time. Maybe we can look into this again in 3 months or something like that. It's something I can't see right now. By M. Dawood. Sarah Lee. Are the top models Isabelle Goulard and her fiance, the football soccer player Kevin Trapp, in the club? Isabelle Goulard, I don't think she is. He might be. I'm not convinced the relationship is really going to go anywhere. I kind of feel like this is like Ryan Reynolds and what's her name? Alanis Morissette. Like, this is him having fun before he gets matched with the person that he's meant to marry. I don't think their relationship is going to last. Kai Sennett is rather degenerate. Entertaining but degenerate. What is his channel about? Somebody please tell me. Jamara, okay, wait. What's created from Earth? The spirit, and therefore, that's what... No. We came here to the literal... What is Earth called, Jamara? Earth. We were created from Earth. That's why we're a vibrational and genetic match to be here. We were created from what Earth is eponymous, its eponymous name, Earth. All mankind, because the first man was literally created from Earth. Because we came to Earth to create. That was the entire purpose of God creating the earthly domain. Thus, then, therefore, why Adam was created from Earth. That way, it's almost like there's a familiar resonance between us and Earth. But no, Spirit's not created from Earth. No, man is. Man's physical 3D body. That's how we're a vibrational match for Earth. We are literally created from what Earth is created from. The Witcher, called individual. I don't know what that means. Project 25, Kai Sennett says that... Wait, Kai Sennett says that entertains people for a living, doing pretty much anything for people to watch him. It sounds like he's a prostitute then. Sarah Lee, where is the Holy Grail, or did it even exist? The club that the cup that Jesus allegedly drank from at his Last Supper with his disciples before his... It's hidden. Hello, Steve Darling. The Holy Grail is real and it is hidden, and I don't know that we're ever actually going to see it. I'm not convinced. Rachel, well, Sydney Sweeney is a very pretty blonde woman that's been in multiple movies lately. rising in fame, and there are rumors about Ben Affleck having an interest in her after his divorce. How old is she? Because Ben, like, if she's young and naive, yeah, I think he'll go for her. Julie, is he safe? Is he doing okay? Well, he's in the club. So, he's in the club. They're making a lot of money off of him. So, in that regard, I would say he's probably safe. But I don't know that I would say that he's okay because he's in the club. He's being agendized. Greeting fanbots. Hello, greetings to you, Steve. Project 25 was Kevin Samuels an industry plant. I didn't like his content, but he came across more as a character than an actual person when he was unalived, or did he just pass? Kevin Samuels. What I'm being shown is that Kevin Samuels had a very unhealthy body. I would say, let me see what I don't know that I'm not going to say that he was unalived. I think he really had a lot of toxicity in his body. He consumed a lot of visual content that was not highly aligned, and I think that he was overrun by entities. That's my honest opinion based on what's being shown to me about him. He watched a lot of very disturbing porn and really was not discerning with cleansing his vessel. Steve, what's poppin', Cakes? Yes, Cakes is holding down the fort beautifully. And it's rather quiet here today. We don't have a lot of trolls. Praise be. Nicole, so the Holy Grail is an actual cup, not the familial lineage of Jesus, like some say. No, there's an actual physical cup. There is an actual physical cup. It's hidden. Yeah, almost no. I mean, it's amazing. It's so pleasant here. Sarah Jessica Parker and Matthew Broderick have been married for 28 years. Were they put together by the club? No, I'm going, well, hold on a second, Tio. Matthew Broderick was raised in the club. I'm trying to see what Sarah Jessica Parker can tell me. She's telling me a lot about being, I mean, this is what happened when I looked into her energy last time. She's telling me a lot about what it's like being an aging actress in Hollywood. She doesn't want to talk about, you know, she's a bit of a chatterbox. Hang on a second. I'm going to say yes, because he was raised in it, and I think, again, it's the difference between like new money and old money. She really knows how to put herself together. She is a bit of a fashion icon, but not like in a flashy, over the top kind of a way. And we do know that if you're born in the club, they usually like to keep it in the family. So even though she's not telling me, I'm going to say yes. But here's the thing. I'm going to say not everybody that we see in the industry, they're not necessarily put together. Sometimes you're allowed to marry someone in the club, right? Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds, perfect example. They were dating other people not in the club until it was time for them to come together. So they came together and it was like, okay, yeah, we're going to do this. Okay, whatever. So sometimes you can pick, it's like being a member of a really exclusive country club. Your parents don't want you to marry a hillbilly. They want you to marry someone in the country club. So you're there on a Saturday and your parents are looking around the restaurant and they're like, okay, it's time for you to get married. Who do you want to pick from this room? It's kind of like that. They got to pick each other. I don't see that they were put together the way the club puts people together, but I do see that they were both, I'm going to say, even though Sarah's not confirming it, I'm going to say yes. Both born in the club, they looked around the room and they decided, okay, I guess you're my person. I'm just going to marry you and that's going to be that. They were allowed to pick each other. They were not put together, but I'm going to say they are both club families. Deborah, do you see Weinstein getting out? Harvey? I'm not convinced because I'm not convinced. Here's the thing. First of all, there's a lot of corruption. Second of all, his fall from grace was orchestrated. So they have no use for him. So, like, is anyone invested in really wanting to, like, give him a second lease on life? I don't know. I'm not convinced. And again, I'm going to remind you guys, anything I see in the future is only a potential. I cannot see absolutes because, first and foremost, free will reigns supreme. Now, you're not dealing with just the free will of one people. You're dealing with the free will of a lot of different people. So I can't tell you definitively. I can only tell you what appears to, the odds appear to be stacked. I would say it's about 60-40, not in his favor. But again, that's pretty close to 50-50, so I don't know. Joe retracted a comment. Rachel, yeah, she's like early 20s, I'm guessing, but has she done anything or seen anything in Hollywood? I think she's drank the juice. I think that answers your question. She's drank the juice, so I would say yes. Frols, understood, Faye. I really hope that Aaron continues to be successful without it. I know. We want that for everybody. That's the reality. Jamara, Kevin drank daily, but there was word some woman took him out, but that's so interesting. I'm not seeing that. He had a very unhealthy vessel. Hello, Ajira. I'm glad that you caught us, honey. Deborah, she was in it as a child. Okay, so there you go. That's the answer then. She didn't want to tell me, but I'm glad that you guys are savvy to it. Hello, Sandy. Nice of you to join us, honey. Sarah, why are European football clubs in the U.S. called soccer so wealthy, i.e., because Lionel Messi's in the club and Cristiano, they're both in the club, honey. That's why. I looked into both of them. They're both in the club. You don't get to be, I'm sorry, like what, like Cristiano Ronaldo is worth how much money? You don't get to be worth that much money unless you're in the club. Frols, the Met Gala, by the way, to me is just like a club event. Every time I look at it, it's just like club. Everyone that goes there is club. It's basically a fuck you to the rest of us. It's like, we're going to show you how much better we all are than all of you. And while we're at it, you don't even know that we're just like, it's basically like a Masonic event is the best way I can describe it. But let me finish reading your comment. The Met Gala is soon approaching. Will Aaron be in attendance? If so, do you think that he will walk the red carpet alone? Is he looking forward to the event? So I think he's a little bit of a peacock. I think he likes maybe nice clothing. I don't think it's his jam. I don't know. I'm not convinced that he's gonna go. I don't know. He is a peacock, but he really doesn't like doing these things. Can you please look into Carrie Mullis? Yes, what do you want to know? Project 25, is Orlando Bloom trolling us with antics, or is he displaying himself, being damaged from the industry? Raven Simone said that he is a brilliant actor and that he has us all fooled. I don't understand your comment. Can you clarify it a little bit more? I don't know what Orlando Bloom is doing. And I don't know. I'm not understanding. I think I just might be being like ignorant right now. Can you say, hey, hi Brayley. I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly. Rachel, is P. Diddy going to stay? I think that he's what's been shown to me anyway, and I have a members exclusive video on him. I cannot see, based on what is known about him, that he's ever getting out of prison. I just cannot see it. Thank you, Sarah. It was never solved who Jack the... I looked into him, honey. But I'll read your comment anyway. It was never solved who Jack the Ripper was, not even whether it was a man. Did the police really... So, no. I've looked into him, and I recommend going back and watching this segment, but it was shown to me, definitely a man. He had displaced anger towards his mother. His mother was the kind of woman that entertained men for financial gain. And he knew what she was doing, and he had a lot of displaced anger at... Here's the thing. He loved his mother, but he also really disapproved of her lifestyle. So the women that he had unalived were a replacement, if you will, for the things that he wanted to do to his mother, but he couldn't do to his mother because he actually, in fact, loved his mother. And when his mother crossed over, he stopped unaliving women, because along with the negative feelings that he had about the kind of woman that she was, when she was no longer on this site, all the emotions that he had left towards her were love. So he didn't feel the need to unalive women any longer. So yes, it was a man. No, I don't see that he was ever in fact actually caught. He stopped unaliving women on his own volition. Rachel, is the Jew stuff going to be a thing in the past when the... Yes, absolutely. It's not a vibrational match for where we're going. It absolutely cannot be. Are you guys as distracted by my white tank top over my black sports bra as I am? Like, it's making me crazy over here. It just looks so unpolished. Jeez. Like, get it together, Faye. My God. Samaya, is Hailey Bieber and Chloe Bailey in the club? Yes. So I'm going to say yes to Hailey. Hailey also is trying to get out of it in tandem with her husband, Justin Bieber. They really want to get out of it. Chloe Bailey. I don't think Chloe Bailey was born into it, though. I think she joined later on. Steve, he is the inventor of the PCR test they used for AIDS, HIV, and C19, who is no longer living by his own choices. Interesting. You got to give me his name again, Steve, because Mia names. Thank you, Sarah. Steve, I want to know what happened to him and why he spoke out about the test before he crossed over. I need his name again, honey. I'm sorry. Steve, there's a theory that everything has already happened and we're only experiencing it again. Any truth to that? What's everything? That's it's a little overly broad and vague. Can you be a little bit more specific with what you mean everything is? Project 25, I was talking about Orlando Brown, not Orlando Bloom. Orlando Brown, not Orlando Bloom. From That's So Raven, I wanted to know if he is damaged by the industry or he's just trolling us. No, I think he's pretty fucking damaged. Yeah. I don't know what he looks... Is he brown-skinned? They love brown skin. They love sodomizing the brown skinned little ones. Because I think he was... unfortunately, very traumatically passed around and sodomized. So I think he is very damaged. Frols, Tay is going to be host at the Met Gala Masonic Ritual. Will she interview AP if he decides to go and try to hint at their relationship? And did she buy her way into getting the gig or what? No, she was offered the gig. She didn't buy her way into it. Here's the thing. As of right now, it's unknown if Aaron is going to go. So anything that I say is pure speculation, but because he hasn't decided if he's gonna go, I can't tell you definitively if she's gonna interview him and if she's gonna hint at the relationship. If I had a guess, I would say she might interview him, but I think she's gonna keep it professional. Lisbeth, people in the club, where do they think they're going when they pass away? That is a great, great, great question. Where do they think they're going? Some of them are not, don't have as much foresight as we might think that they have, and they don't necessarily think, like, hold on, are you asking if they think they're going to heaven and hell? I'm a little bit, before I answer the question, let me get clarification. What are you asking? Hello, Michael. I am bedbound currently. Oh, I'm so sorry. With nerve damage from a coma, I would appreciate any good. We are going to send an abundance of good energy your way right now. Guys, can we get some hearts and can we send some positive vibes to Michael, who is currently bedbound? We're going to blast you with positive energy and positive vibration right now, Mike. Yes, more hearts, guys. I can't give hearts on my end, I don't think. So thank you. There we go. Michael, if you can see all of these hearts, these are positive vibrations that we are sending your way, and we are wishing you a very, very speedy recovery. Hello, Abraham. Nicole, curious of the soul contracts between Jack the Ripper and the women. Ooh, that's a good one. They all have different things. So let me kind of see if I can get, if there's like an overall message. Well, one of them in a past life was, I would even say we're going like way back, or happened in a time machine. We're going way, way the fuck back to like ancient Egypt. One of them was he was a slave in ancient Egypt to one of the Egyptians, and he was unalived at their hands. They called him like a good for nothing slave. Like, I spent coin on you, you good for nothing slave, and unalived him. Another one, here's the thing, they're all some expression of an energetic rebalancing. Another one was two warriors in battle. One unalived the other one, so this was like our energetic rebalancing. It's some version of that. Because anytime you're going to see an event like this happen, it's an energetic rebalancing of some kind. But again, I'm going to remind you, they all agreed to it. In this lifetime, before they were born, they just were literally playing out the roles that they came to play, to balance the karmic energy. Frols, P.S. Thank you for that tidbit about the Met Gala. Sometimes like real gems pop into my head. That's all I can say. Sarah, was Bruce Willis born in the club, and was his marriage to Demi Moore arranged? He had the hots for her. Wowza, wowza, wowza. He was even willing to overlook some deep, dark shit that she had done. He was really into her. He really loved her. Why the fuck did they get divorced? He really, 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 he loved her. Like, yeah, she was hot, but he loved, he loved her. No, I don't think that they were put together. She, I think, was born in it. I don't think that he was. He really loved her. I feel like she petitioned for him. She didn't pledge him, she petitioned. She's like, no, I really love him. It'll be great. We'll have kids together. The kids will be raised in the club. Like, she wanted, I would say, I don't think she loved him as much as he loved her. But I would say that she was truly flattered at the amount, the degree in which she felt loved by him. It swayed her. I think she petitioned for the marriage to actually happen, but it was with the, because here's also why it was like, but we're gonna have kids together and we're gonna raise the kids in the club. That was the only way it was allowed to happen. Thank you, Steve. Okay, Carrie Mullis. He had a guilty conscience. That's why he was speaking out about it. A lot of so here's the thing. According to, I don't know if this is strictly in Judaism, but I've heard, other people reference it as well, where they say that your soul on a soul level knows 30 days prior to when your soul is going to leave the earth plane. I think on a soul level, he knew. And I think he was wanting to, he had a very guilty conscience at the end, Steve. I actually think he wanted to set things right, and I think he wanted to put things into motion, but almost like, I think he felt overwhelmed, and he was looking at the entirety of everything, and he's like, well, where do I even begin if I want to make things right? What can I even, like, he was, like, it's being shown to me, he was like doing a life assessment, and he's looking at everything, and he's like, well, fuck. There's too much that I have to make amends for. Where do I even begin? I think he wanted to make amends, but he was overwhelmed by the fullness of what he had done, and it held him back from doing that. Jamara, there is nothing new under the... I think I've said that before, actually. Hello, Swimmingly, darling. I'm glad that you caught us. Okay, that's... Yeah. So they love Project 25. They love the brown-skinned babies. And they love the brown-skinned littles. Yeah. So he was passed around like a party favor. Swimmingly, are you taking questions about a pat? If you $10 or more super chat or super thanks, and I'll look into things that you guys want me to look into. Beth, sending love your way, Mike. That is awesome. Sarah, not sure if you looked into Dave Chappelle. What are his energies? Yes. Who we're seeing right now is not the real Dave Chappelle. The real Dave Chappelle pieced out of the earth plane. I have looked into him. This is not him. It's not the original him, I should say. Swimmingly, Michael, sending healing energy. Heal, heal, heal. Beautiful. Okay, you can pass. Loving the hearts, Jenna. Deborah, sending you healing vibes. You guys are amazing. I love this community. Frols, sending positive energy and light your way, Michael. Project 25, was Raven Simone protected in the industry or passed around? I never heard a scandal about her other than people not liking her opinion on The View. On the TV show The View? Who the fuck likes The View? Asking for a friend. Is that her real name? No, I think that she was born in the club. I think that's why. So she had a layer of protection because she was born into it. Lisbeth, heaven or hell, do they think they're going... Oh, that's a fascinating question. So I think part of what's going on is they are being told only Satan is real. There's no real God. So if there's no real God, where does... Like, they look down on us like we're, sheep. We're the sheeple. So they're saying, like, where do the sheeple think they're going? Oh, they think they're so good. They think they're so pious. They're going to heaven. They're actually told there is no heaven and there is no hell. And there's nothing, well, to be fair, there is no hell. But there is a heaven, but you're not barred from entering heaven if you've committed one too many sins, because that's not real. Like, I've done a whole video on this, guys. So they think it's a wash. It doesn't matter what they do. Sarah, could you look into Corey Gamble, Kris Jenner's partner? Is he in the club? those two do some freaky fucking shit in the bedroom. I can tell you that for fucking sure. Um, no, he was not born into it. He's a fucking plaything. He's down with the sickness though. Like he is like he wants to join it. I'm not seeing that she wants him to though. Like he knows what's up. He wants to join, but I don't think they want like he's because he's a nothing. He's like a like not that he. These are not my words. I just want to make that abundantly clear. To those that be in power, they look at him like he's a disposable tissue. Like snore, eye roll, he's a plaything of somebody. Like they have no use for him. So he might want to join the club, but they're just like, no, you're a nobody to us. Steve, can we look into David Geffen Foundation to see what is actually going on behind the supposed philanthropy? So when I've kind of like looked into any charitable organization in the past, it was shown to me either as money laundering or it's virtue signaling. I can look into this specific one for you, yes, sure. But as a whole, any charitable organization that's done by a celebrity is virtue signaling or it's money laundering. Or it's to make them look good. I think he thinks he's actually doing good with the money though. Does this have something to do actually with music though? Like I'm seeing, like, is it doing like music, like bringing music to impoverished schools or something like that? Look, from his point of view, he wants to do good. But here's also the thing. The amount of money that they're bringing in is way more than they can actually, in fact, do things. Or they could do more with it. They're not taking the full amount of money that goes into that organization and doing good with it. I'll just put it to you that way. Like, I think he has maybe positive intentions with it, but again, not all of the money is reaching the supposed destination of the money. Deborah, I believe that we know ahead of time. My mother did. I think so too. Frolls, ooh, David Geffen. Yeah, that's thick darkness. Swimmingly, can I PayPal? So do it here, please, because I'm not going to know if you PayPal'd me. I don't get notifications on my phone. I would get an email. So please do it here, honey. Steve, can we look into, even though I know, yes, I know that not eBay, I know that YouTube is going to take a percentage of it. I know I'm not going to get the full amount. I've made peace with that. YouTube is a wonderful platform. It connected me to all of you. I've made peace with it. Can we look into Eazy-E's unusually quick and odd crossing over, supposedly due to AIDS? That's not his real name. Can I have his real name, Steve? Swimmingly, is it true spirits are attracted to melanin? No, I'm not going to say that. What's been shown to me is especially in Hollywood, they love the dark skin. I think dark skin, they're more. If you look at the origin of any, like not obviously only in African American, because there are black people that live all around the world, right? But if you look at the origin of where they first came from, it's Africa. And this is a region that is very close, or there's a lot of ley lines and there's a lot of energy that passes through that area. My members that have seen the video that I did on ancient Egypt, you'll kind of know what I'm saying here. I would almost say more energetically they're more energetically mystical and connected to mysticism in some way. That's in fact why they love the brown skin for sodomy, because they're siphoning that energy off of them. That's why. It's not actually, it has nothing to do with the melanin. It has to do with the origin of where they first came from and what is the energy that they're more connected to naturally. Like, when I've looked into any Native American in the past, oh my God, guys, Native Americans are so, not just Native Americans, but like any indigenous people in northern, the Northern American hemisphere, so gifted, so incredibly gifted. Like, wow. It's just part of their blueprint. They're so gifted. That's why a lot of them, we've seen horrific things done to the Native American population because they're trying to separate them from their natural gifts and abilities and to lower their vibration. Steve, at Frolls, yeah, man, I have crossed paths with David when I was young. Steve, you're very right about sick darkness. Sarah Lee, can our thoughts be read or manipulated by Team Darkside? And can thoughts be sent to us from outside forces? So this was actually asked in a previous AMA. I would say your thoughts cannot be. I've never ever seen that. I have never, and I've looked into it on more than one occasion. Your thoughts are private to you. No one can like jailbreak into your mind like it's an iPhone and can read the thoughts. However, I would say we can be influenced by energy, and we are certainly influenced, I would say. You might be wondering what I'm trying to do here. There we go. I snapped it up and then I wanted to unsnap it. Our energy can be influenced, and we are influenced through fear. Why do you think there's so many, fear events that are playing out in the world? And we can also be influenced by 5G towers, and that's in fact the purpose of it. The 5G towers are being created to lock us and keep us in a low vibration. So your thoughts belong to you and only belong to you. No one can get into your mind and read your thoughts. However, we can absolutely be influenced by events playing out in the world and by 5G towers. Beth, oh Sarah, wonderful, scary question. Your thoughts are completely private to you, I promise. Jenna, oh, Geffen is a total PEDO. Geffen also helps cover up Kurt's unaliving. Samaya, Faye, have you done a behind the veil? No, it's on my list along with Social Security numbers, Medicaid, Medi-Cal, and things of that nature. I have not gotten to it yet. Sarah Lee, yes, Beth, freaky stuff. Steve, yes, he owns Geffen Records and he has his own music. Okay, there we go. I feel like what he's trying to do is he wants to offset some of the other dark things that he's done. So I would say it's with positive intention. Hello, Tay Mason from New Zealand. Thank you, Sarah. Jenna, Stevie, I think you're saying they totally unalived Eazy-E. Sarah, were the actors Tom Hardy and Steve Martin? Steve Martin, no. Tom Hardy, so here's the thing, he's been on my list forever. He's a bit of a tough nut to crack. I am going to be really transparent with you guys. He's very well energetically insulated and very, I would say, energetically private. So he is not giving me consent to connect to or to read his energy, so I cannot answer for him. But I'm not going to say Steve Martin was. Eric Wright is Eazy-E. I forgot the question about him already. Jesus, this is so fucking pathetic. Eric Wright. What was the question about Eric Wright? Okay, I think I remember. Did he cross over due to AIDS? Was that it? So, what's being shown to me, do you guys remember when I had done the reading on, what's her name? She was in Clueless with Alicia Silverstone, and Brittany Brittany somebody. I think her name was Brittany somebody. Do you guys remember what had come in with Brittany, whatever her last name is? The girl who was in Clueless? Brittany Murphy. Okay. When Brittany Murphy's energy came into me, she came in like telling me basically or like demonstrating to me that she could not breathe. There was something in her case done to the ventilation system in her house that was designed to unalive her. There was something similar done to Eazy-E, whose name was really Eric Wright, but it wasn't done to the ventilation system. I think he was actually poisoned. The poison was designed to mimic the effects of AIDS on a person's system. So I'm going to say that he was taken out. I have no idea why he was taken out, and I have no idea why he was taken out specifically that way. It was done to mimic what AIDS actually looked like, but I don't see that it in fact was. Thank you, Jenna. Big J is straight out of Compton. Rachel, is P. Diddy going to have a separate trial for, I can say that, crimes against humanity for the dark stuff he was involved in? I'm assuming that's probably, so there's a public trial that's going to happen, and then there's a very, very private trial for the dark things that he was involved in. And the dark things that he was involved in is probably never going to see the light of day. It's because, again, anything of that nature is going to be usurping people's free will. Not everybody wants to know what their favorite actors, actresses, musicians, or celebrities have been up to. That's going to be done through a military tribunal. He's going to have a public trial for other things, but there's also going to be a private behind the veil, one could say, trial for him. Sarah, when we eat food that was frozen, when we eat food that was frozen, healthy or unhealthy for us, it's not as healthy than when things are not frozen, but the worst thing you can actually do for your food is use a microwave. Sorry. So if you're going to microwave things from a freezer, that's not the best thing that we can be doing. Steve, me and Jenna are Elfulzagen. Tay, there is only, what the fuck am I reading here? There is only an 8 AXEXA tribes in the world that's tattooed stones around the, I don't know what that means, Tay. I'm sorry, love. Like the 7 candles. Rachel, Native Americans know a lot. They're so gifted. They're so, oh, what I would do to have been born that gifted. Tay, if you allow it, it's a cursive language, only 2 generations old. I'm not sure what we're talking about, my darling. Thank you, Swimmingly. I'm going to turn the, because here's the thing. When I get like a super whatever it is, it's in a yellow box. I can't see for shit. I'm going to turn the light down so I can read it a little better. It is okay. I'd like to know if my favorite Uncle Paul would like to pop up and say anything to me that can confirm his soul is still around and give any message or comment to me, his niece. Definitely, I need his full name. Okay, Swimmingly, please let me know what his full name was. Rachel, will Britney Spears and Amanda Bynes always be messed up from what? Yeah, they're, I mean, Britney is broken. And Amanda Bynes is broken, but in a totally different way. I mean, the only thing that could heal them is med beds. And no offense to them, they're not the high priority of who's going to get access to med beds, because there's people that are not celebrities and did not make a decision to join an industry that have had truly horrific things. Like I think the people that are going to get access first to the med beds are the veterans. as well they should. And then it's going to be anybody that has been vaccine injured. They're like really low on the totem pole of who's going to get access to med beds. But that's from what at least I have seen, they're broken. And that's the only thing that will actually heal them. Sarah Lee, Allie Carter claims that Joan Rivers was also no, I never saw that about her. M. Cyborg, English or I mean, I think if you've been here for more than 2 minutes, you know we're speaking English. Jenna, at Sarah Lee, she claimed Joan was Big's my... This is not true. No. Do you want to know who was doing stuff? I'm sorry, because I know there's going to be some fans of her here. Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton is no bueno. She was doing truly horrendous shit to the brown-skinned babies. Dolly Parton. Sorry. No, Jody, you are right on time. Whatever you come, you are right on time. Yes, thank you, Steve. Because me and fucking names. Brittany Murphy. Steve, yes, Faye, get him, girl. Jenna, speaking of Allie, she's trying to spread awareness to child transporting. So if you can, spread the word because you know it's real. Oh, it is real. It is real. Steve, if there is actually 30% faux birds, what's the next two most replicated phony robot spies of the animal kingdom? Please don't say spiders, even if it's true. No, spiders, no. Because here's the thing, they want to see things on a big, broad, grand scale. Your phone can spy on you. They don't need fucking spiders to spy on us. Let me try to go through some things and see if I can see anything. I'm actually being shown there's a lot of things in nature that's not real. Like trees that are not real trees and plants that are not real plants. I don't even know what I'm saying. Like I'm being shown like artificial, not like artificial grass that somebody puts down in their backyard, not like that. But like things in nature that we would see and we would think is real, it's not actually in fact real. There's, it's wired up on the inside. It's like a listening, it's like some sort of a listening device. I don't even know what the fuck I'm being shown. Like I'm seeing like wires in a tree, almost the way you would imagine like a root would look. And it's some sort of a listening device, and they have these things like in every major like metropolitan city. Like some of the trees in like not Times Square, Central Park are not real trees. They're listening to people. There's recording devices in all of like a lot of these trees as well. But I can't say that I'm seeing any other animal on the same scale as the birds. The birds and the bees. Sarah, were directors Christopher Nolan and Tim Burton? So Christopher Nolan, no, I haven't seen that about him. Tim Burton, I also don't think Tim Burton. Tim Burton is just like, he's a little, like, this is a metaphor. It's not real. I mean, maybe it is real. I don't know what his feet look like. It's being shown to me, Tim Burton, like imagine, if it is a metaphor, he has 2 feet and they're not the same length as one another. Like one is very, very, like one is longer than the other one. And then he's like, it's kind of like shifted the way he sees the world. Like he sees the world a little bit off balance. He sees the world through the lens of his own unique perspective on the world. So I'm not seeing that either of them were actually born in it. Rachel, do you know who is Khloe Kardashian's real father? No, it's not O.J. Simpson. Samaya, what does tattoos do to your aura if you have like 3 in random spots on your body? Asking for myself, LOL. No, okay, so this is interesting. It's actually being shown to me, I don't know if this is answering the question, but it's what's being shown to me, so I'm going with it. It's a form of cutting. It's a way of having a view that we have of ourself reinforced through an external means, which would in this case be some sort of a tattoo artist. So I would more say it's not, other than the ink itself that is injected into a person's body that could in fact lower their vibration, the act of tattooing is more a reinforcement of some sort of a belief that we have about ourselves. And the degree of the tattoos that you get, assuming that you're not in the club and that you were sodomized and it's a way of trying to regain some masculine energy, it's a reinforcement of some way in which the person views themselves that is being reinforced through the tattoo artist. The degree of tattoos you have is a direct reflection of the degree of the way in which a person views themselves that they want to be reinforced to them. I have no idea what the fuck that means. I have no idea if that answers your question. But I'm going to actually say, other than the dye itself, it's more, it's not, it doesn't actually, I'm not seeing that it actually has a direct correlation on the aura. On the person's vibration, yes, because it's a micro cut, it's a micro tear. Look at it better this way. Here, this is a better way of looking at it. The person is, because they have some view about themselves that they want to be reinforced vis-a-vis the tattoo artist, when they're doing it, it's creating a micro tear in their aura. That's what it's in fact actually doing. It's a micro tear. Okay, there we go. It took a while to get there, but we actually in fact got there. It is a great question. Uncle Paul Grant. Okay, so Paul Grant. Well, first I want you to know, you know when they say when somebody crosses over, may their soul rest in peace? His soul is in peace. His soul is at peace. He's saying it's glorious. It's just glorious. He has loved, like, it's just, he just keeps saying to me over and over and over and over again, it's just glorious. It's so glorious. It's so glorious here. He's at peace. He really loves spending time. So he's spending a lot of time with ancestors. He's saying he's getting reacquainted with his ancestors at this time. He's saying he will come back. Right now he's spending more time on the other side than on the earth plane. He loves being on the other side. He's saying it's like a reconnecting with loved ones, crossed over loved ones. He has got to, did he have like a very, like, I want to say maybe like a scientific mind, or like a like he was into maybe like mechanics or botany, something. He's saying he's finding a lot of people on the other side that share a similar interest, and they have almost like, oh, it's so cute, like study groups where with these other souls that he is acquainted with on the other side, he's going with them. They're discovering all the mysteries of the universe that pertain to their shared interest, whatever it was. There's a lot of flowers around him. I want to say something, because of the amount of flowers I'm being shown, maybe botany, planting, gardening, something like that. But he also had a very like engineering type mind. So he has been loving getting to see all the secrets of the universe. He's got like great friends on the other side. Plus he's like with his ancestors. He's kicking it with God. He's like, the only thing that's missing is lemonade. The only thing that's missing that would make kicking it with God better was if he had lemonade with him. Obviously he doesn't have a body, so he doesn't, he doesn't really want to drink lemonade, but he's loving it. He is loving it. He said he doesn't know how long he's going to be loving it for, but he imagines it'll be for some time. But he has some interest, though to a lesser degree, in coming back and checking in on people. He doesn't do it quite frequently, but he says at some point he will again. So I hope that answers your question, dear. Okay? He passed about 18 years ago. He's loving it. Here, look at it this way. There's no time on the other side. it's 18 years to us. To him, it's like that. So he's just been loving spending all of this time and getting to see all the mysteries of the universe. There's no time on the other side. So he's just loving it. Beth, good one, Samaya. I need this answer as well. Rachel, what are med beds? I have a whole video on it, honey. It's vibrational healing that's going to one day be made available. And it heals us on a vibrational level. So it's not like, oh, here's a pill that you have to take. No. You lay in a bed and it vibrationally heals you. There's a video on it. Go back and watch it. There's an entire standalone video, Rachel. I think you will enjoy it. Project 25, was director John Hughes in the club? I take it he crossed over because it's a past tense question. No, but I'm seeing that he knew a lot of what was going on, and he's going like this to me. Now, I'm not saying he's going like this because he's indicating he's in or was in the club. It's more like he's not talking about it. He knew, but he's not talking about it. Jenna, I cannot wait for the rest of the world to wake up to... Again, I don't think it's going to be overt because that's usurping our free will. There's too many people that love Dolly Parton, but she was about as bad as they fucking came. Deborah, yes, thank you, I appreciate that. Yes, guys, some thumbs up buttons, please. Steve, they're called spiders. That's what I said. I love that. Oh, thank you so much. Opinion Day. Thank you so much for the compliment. Rachel, what's going on with Ellen DeGeneres now? They say she's out of the country. Is she? So she, I had looked into Twitch, who I think was like a musician on her show or something. What he had said was she was going to be on trial soon. And I think I had looked into him maybe like, I don't know, 2 years ago. What's been shown to me is the reason that she moved out of the country is because she's that was a tell that she's not really in the country. But she's not really in the country because she's actually in a military tribunal prison that is not actually in the country. It's a tell. If we know how to decipher the tells, they're telling us left, right, and center. She supposedly moved to England. She's not really in England. She's in, maybe there's a territory that is owned or was once owned by England, and there's a military tribunal prison that is located there. I would say that's where she is. Jenna, like how they try to make 5G towers look like a palm tree. There you go, perfect example. Sarah Lee, could you look into Billy Carson, a spiritual teacher? I think I looked into him already, honey bun. A spiritual teacher author who speaks about science, astrophysics, and ancient civilization. Is he in the club or is he on Team Good's? He's getting a talking point memo of what to share. So I would say like this. I'm not going to say he's in the club outright. I'm going to say he's being used. He's giving it. He's like an actor. He is given a talking point memo of what it is that he is supposed to say, and he's saying it. Jody, thank you, Jody. Can you please look into any past life connection between, oh my goodness, wow, Steve and me? Jody, that's not really your name, is it, love? I have a feeling I know what your name is. Jody, did I talk to you? Don't tell me what your name is. If I know who you are, I know what your name is. Did I talk to you yesterday, Jody? If I spoke to you yesterday, I know who you are. And yes, I will look into any past life connection that you have with Steve. I need to know that it's you, though, okay? Steve, ha ha ha. Wow, even the trees have ears. The corn's cover is blown. The hills and potatoes have eyes, and the tree, yes, they do. Steve, Jody. Tina, will the rise in atheism ever end? Will people ever start becoming more? Yes, but here's the thing, not everybody. I do see that more people are going to start to come back, but not everybody will. Project 25, in the Pixar movie Monsters Inc., that movie is such a tell. They placed a heavy importance on fear. That's what louche is. By scaring children when the kids would scream, they would reach a high, yes, 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 yes. They just, in the club, what they're doing is they're scaring them through other means. It's exactly the point. They are increasing the amount of adrenaline in that person's system. When they spike the adrenaline and then they do this, when they siphon that substance out of the body, it makes it more potent. But the answer is yes. Steve, oh, you did it. Jody, I want to know so bad, don't you, Steve? I have to make sure. I'm going to just barrel through, because here's the thing, I got to get off in a few minutes because I got to go get dinner for me and Pip. But Jody wants a question answered, and I want to answer the question for Jody. I'm going to barrel through the comments so I can make sure I think I know who Jody is. But do you know who Chloe's real father is? Just wondering. I can only tell you if the other Kardashian kid's father is her father. I can't tell you because here's the thing. I need a name, right? I need the 3D anchor. If you give me a name of somebody that is suspected to be the father, I can tell that. Just like when I read Was It O.J. Simpson, I immediately said no. Because there's no resonance between those two names in conjunction to one another. So if you give me a name, I can tell you if somebody else is the father. Sarah Lee, were the singers Brandy and her brother Ray J born in the club? I don't think so, and I'm going to tell you why. What was shown to me is I think Brandy was, what's her name? I think Aaliyah was pledged for Brandy's success. If she was born in the club, they wouldn't have to do that. It's only when you're not born in it and you join it later on. So, no, I don't think so. I don't think either her or her brother were. Beth, love this, Steve and Jody. I'm so excited, right? Samaya, yes, the tattoo answer makes a lot of sense. I have a few tattoos that are more meaningful to me about myself and the close relationships. I plan on getting one last one that reinforces my spirituality. I love that. Rachel, so the micro tear, well, I wouldn't, no, it's not good, it's not bad, it just is. Because you can, I think as long as you know that you have a micro tear, the awareness is the most important thing. And then you can know, like, this can make you more exposed to someone that has maybe nefarious energy. That's all I would say about it. It sounds bad from tattoos. What about, I have so many piercings. I don't even want to tell you the amount of piercings I have in my ear. And two of my earrings that were up here fell out. I don't even know how. I was in the shower. The next thing I know, it's like suddenly I'm touching my ear. I'm like, where are my earrings? I got to get them put back in. I have so many piercings on my ears. Don't even, no. I have never seen anything negative about that, in fact. And even if I did, I would probably still get piercings. So it wouldn't even make a difference. Because again, knowledge. Swimmingly, I know Uncle Paul was a conspiracy theorist and he was very, so he's having a blast on the other time, getting all of his answers, all of his questions answered. Swimmingly, Uncle Paul was hilariously proud gay guy who has always made everybody, that sounds amazing. No, there's no lemonade in heaven. He's saying if only there was, that's the only thing that would make his time kicking it with God better, is if they could be, kicking it together and drinking lemonade. Deborah, are we ever going to see any of the treasures from the give? Yes, but not all of them, and it's going to be some far off point in the future. Right now, all of those antiquities are being held safely. They are at some point going to be returned to the country of origin, but again, it's not going to be all of them. We're going to get like a little breadcrumbing that there's more, and they're going to say, there was a new, this was recently discovered in the whatever area, region where it had just been unearthed by a mud flood. They're going to find like some fancy way of explaining where these things are suddenly coming from. It's not where they're coming from. They are actually being kept in a safe location because the Vatican has been cleaned and cleared out. All of the antiquities that have come from other countries is being held to be returned to them at some future date. We're not going to see all of them, however. Rachel, well, medbeds are amazing. I can't wait for them. Sarah Lee, organic food in the grocery stores, is it really that much? It definitely is, but here's the thing. It doesn't mean that it's not treated with pesticides. It just means it's not treated with poison like Roundup. It is better for the soil too. It doesn't mean that it doesn't have pesticides on it, however, but it is in fact real. But here's the other thing that I'm going to tell you. Everything is so corrupt. Is it better for you? Yes. Is it like 1000% better? No. But is it not? It's definitely not as, like, I can literally feel when I will only, I know it's more expensive, it's my fucking money, I can spend it on organic produce. I will not bring non-organic produce into my home. I absolutely will not. When I am in somebody else's house, I have to be incredibly discerning about what I eat. There are some people's houses I will go to and I will not eat because they use canola oil. The eggs are not free range. They're not it's just garbage. It's just like, I can come back from somebody's house after going to them and eating, and I feel like I've been hit by a fucking like a truck, because my body can feel how unhealthy food is, because I've cleaned out the entirety of my home. Like, there's no seed oils anywhere. I'm very, very discerning with the processed food that I bring into the house. All of our produce is organic. All of the meat is pasture raised or organic or free range, or it's antibiotic, or it's hormone free. Like, there are things that we can do to intervene with our health, and everything that we do, yes, it's better for you, but you still have to rinse it because there's still pesticides. That was just a very long way of getting to your answer. I apologize. Swimmingly, thank you, Solar. That's amazing. That's an amazing message. That sounds like something funny my uncle would say. The lemonade comment, he was always so sarcastic about. He sounds amazing. No, Dolly's a she. Steve, another synchronicity. Can we please look into, frankly, a top tattooer? I think that's what that says. That passed in a motorcycle accident in Fort Lauderdale on a special evening. Does he have anything to share? Steve, before we do that, Jody just confirmed. I spoke to her last night. I know who you are, honey. Hold on. That makes sense about Ellen. Okay, hold on. Hello, Kristen, my darling. I'm glad that you made it. Okay, Tio, I got to answer the question for Jody and for Steve, now that I know who Jody is. At least 5 past lifetimes together. Oh, you guys are funny. You have always been siblings. I have a feeling you guys can actually feel that kind of energy between the two of you. I'm not seeing there's ever been a lifetime where you guys were not. Oh, no, there is one where you guys were really close guy friends. So close that you were like bros energetically, but you were not actual, like, biological brothers. You've been siblings. Brother, I see 2 brothers. I see a brother and a sister. There's a lot of, I'm not seeing 2 sisters. I see brothers. I see brother and sister. I see a lifetime where you guys were very close friends, bros, one could say, but again, not biological. So you've had at least 5 where you were biological siblings, and I'm seeing a 6th where you were not biological siblings. And always a very, like, I'm being shown, I think the most recent one is like an Italian family. And like, you would sit around the table together and you would just like, you know, like do this to each other. And your mom was always like, cut it off, you two. Stop it. Stop antagonizing your brother. Like a really, like a jovial, big, robust Italian family. And you two were always like at the spotlight. You were always just like doing this at the dinner table. Like needling each other, like playing like jokes on each other. But then like also staying up late and like reading a comic book together. Like so, just such a beautiful, loving, comical, supportive, like just like a lovely energy, like just lovely between you two. Lovely, supportive. I'm not really seeing any rivalry. I'm not seeing like brothers who didn't get along. Like again, it was always like, and when one of you was the brother and one was the sister, like it was like a teasing kind of a thing. But it was also like, this is my baby sister, I'm gonna tease her, but I love her, and no, you better not look at my sister the wrong way. You better treat my sister the right way, or I'm gonna fucking, you know, break your kneecaps or something like that. Like just very loving, warm. There's just a lot of love in all of the previous lifetimes between you guys, but also in addition to that, a lot of goodwill and a lot of like, just like again, like this is my bro, I put my bro before everybody else. Like just supportive, loving, compassionate, kind, beautiful. You guys have had nothing but beautiful past lifetimes together, and I love this for you guys. Hi Jada love. Well, I'm gonna be hopping off in a few minutes because I gotta get food for my kids tonight. Last night I was like, let's go get sushi, and Pip's like, no, I don't want sushi tonight, Mom. So we agreed I was gonna get sushi for dinner tonight. Now the place I'm gonna go is not like around the corner, so I actually, like I can't walk there. I'm gonna have to actually get in my car and drive there and pick up dinner and bring it back here. So I can't stay on that much longer because I need to do that. Pip is a delight. He is delicious. Thank you for inquiring about him, Jada. I appreciate that. You know what? That's a great question, Jada. I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't think he died. I don't think he literally died this past Friday. I think it was recent-ish, but he was not in the Vatican when he crossed over, and he has not been there, I would say, since at least 2019. It's been cleared out. He has not been there for some time. I think he crossed over recent-ish, but not on Friday. Jada, is JG Vance going to be the next president? Is Elon the VP as they are? No, I don't see that. I don't know. I think JD Vance maybe. I don't see Elon Musk though. No. Rachel, is the hairdresser Alex Roldan of of Chris? Is that her father? It's a rumor. Alex, no. Steve, I'll bring some lemonade next trip, but they're gonna need exactly. Deborah, thank you. You're welcome. Is even the British Museum stolen? Yes, from every country. No. Here, specifically, if it was in the Vatican. If it was stolen by somebody else, I can't possibly tell you. I would need to know who stole it, and I need to know like who it was with. But because I looked into the Vatican and I know that it was cleared out, and I know that the Vatican had, here's the thing, the Vatican also has all of the religious texts that haven't been doctored and haven't been messed with. They have the original religious texts that have not been messed with. They have the originals. They have priceless antiquities and religious items from like all around the globe. They've been hoarding all of those things. Jada, Faye, what if, I gotta bounce really soon, guys. I'm gonna barrel through these comments. Faye, what advice do you give those who are awake with no respect to those who aren't? Should we just keep quiet because some people come across as sleeping in the real world? So what was shown to me is what's actually gonna wake people up is love. So if we're disrespecting them, that's not gonna wake them up. It's what's in our heart. It's what's in our energetic sphere. So just go hug people, even if they're not awake. Ask them how they're doing. Spend time really inquiring, checking in with them, really talking to them. Hug them, love them, just love them. That's in fact what's going to wake people up. Now there's a tell in the movie. It's called Warm Bodies. It's a zombie movie. It's very cute. The tell is one of the zombies is cured from his zombieism because he falls in love. And then the zombies around him are noticing there's a subtle change in him. And then vibrationally, they start to change because they're in the presence of the original zombie that fell in love. It's a reveal. Go watch the movie. We wake people up by loving them, by hugging them. That's how we wake people up. At this point, anyone who's not awake, they don't want to wake up. And especially in that case, if they don't want to wake up, if they're clinging to the old world for dear life, they especially need love because they're showing us the limitation of their own consciousness. Hi, Bella, honey. Okay, you can bounce the person who's trying to get some sleep here. No one invited you. Rachel, I think my question didn't go through. Is Bill Maher actually... I think yes. I think they are. Deborah, I don't do anything but organic. Yes. Oh, and from the Amish. You are blessed. That is the way to go. Samaya, what about produce from the farm? Oh, I would... Here's the thing. Everything is to some degree. You're still going to have to wash your produce. And ask them, what pesticides do they use? That's what I would personally do. Jada, is Jimmy Kimmel on this? Yes, he's still here. Okay, here we go. Here's a question. I got to answer this. I got to barrel through because I got to get dinner for my kid. I got to turn the light down. I can't see a bloody thing. Can you tell me what my next job will be and when my father, Tony, will be in his new apartment? I need your name, my darling, because I only see Imbria M. I need your full name, okay? And I need your consent to connect to and to read your energy. Jada, why did Klaus Schwab... Here's the thing, I only just recently heard about it. So I would say he stepped down. It's everything that's going on the world stage is a reveal of some kind. Look at it this way. Him stepping down is a reveal that he has been energetically disempowered. Look at it as a reveal. Don't look at it like he literally stepped down. It's an indication that he is no longer at the seat of power. He's no longer at the helm of power. Another way of saying it is he's no longer in power. Sarah, can you look into the Blackbeard's treasure and if it still exists? The pirate Blackbeard amassed a vast fortune, but no, I think it's sunk. I think it's in the bottom of the sea. I'm not seeing it on land. I'm seeing it literally in the water. So I would say maybe it was buried in the water and then it drifted deeper into sea. I'm not seeing that there is anything actually on the earthly domain. Beth, I am smiling so big for both. I know, it's so cute, right? Jody, that's amazing. That makes perfect sense. You're welcome, darling. I'm glad that you caught us today, Jody. Steve, LOL, that was better than I thought it was going to be. Steve, Chance, you're so funny. I love you guys. It makes total, yeah, you guys, I can totally see that energy between you guys. And I literally saw it also. We're getting 5, Rachel, is there always going to be movie? Yes, but the prominence of the industry is not going to be what it is right now. I saw a reading talking about AI movies being a thing, but there still will be actors, yes, but Hollywood is not going to be the way it is right now, not even close. Deborah, right, they all have, they have so many historical objects. Sarah, were the actors Kevin Costner and Dustin Hoffman? No, I don't think so. Jenna, I heard that. I need them books for my... Hold on, I'm just trying to catch up. For sure they have veggie burgers, but no stuff. Oh my God, Sarah, thank you so much, honey. Jenna, Bill Maher is trying to be a truth teller, but he's a total reg. I think he was in the past. I feel like he's waking up. Thank you, Imbria Murray. I give you my consent. Thank you. Hi, Vicky. I gotta finish. Guys, Imbria is the last person whose energy I'm looking into, okay? Because I gotta bounce after this. Imbria. You have a lot of untapped gifts and abilities that you have not yet tapped into. So what's being shown to me, it's almost like a two-phase process. When you step into you accepting your gifts and abilities, your purpose of what you came here to do is going to be made clear to you. So look at it this way. Don't look at it. No, you can do anything you want to do. I completely misspoke there. Look at it this way. Yes, you can have a job. That's not your purpose. You can have a 3D job. That's not your purpose. So you have a unique opportunity actually right now to accept your gifts and abilities, because then when you do, it's almost like downloading. When you accept, when you step into the next version of yourself, your purpose of what you came here to do is going to be manifested in the 3D material world. It will be made clear to you. It is not yet clear to you though, because you have not yet stepped into and accept your full gifts and abilities. There's, again, you can, if you want, free will reigns supreme. If you want, you can have a 3D job. You can have a job, or you can have a purpose. You can step into your calling and what your soul came here to do. The choice is yours. You can, yes, you can have a job. You can have any job you want. They're not going to fulfill you long term. Your soul wants more. On a soul level, your soul wants more, because on a soul level, your soul knows it came here to have more. I want you to have more, and your soul wants you to have more too. Now, the question about your dad, I need your dad's name. I'm going to barrel through the rest of the questions, okay? The rest of the comments. Hello, Tanisha. You made it just as I'm bouncing. Jade, what happened to Riley Strain, the student who... I can't look into that right now. I just don't have time. I'm sorry, Jada. Sandra, will I make it through my aortic? Don't worry about it, love. That's a low vibration. I want you to imagine before you go into the procedure, everything goes perfectly well. And your surgeon even says after the procedure, this was the easiest procedure I've ever done. Visualize it, create that reality on a vibrational level, and then you're not going to have anything that you have to worry about. Beth, had a great time as usual. Thanks. I love you guys. Again, I played hooky, guys. I just wanted to hang out with you guys. I just needed an excuse to hang out with you guys. Thank God for lives, because I got to hang out with you guys instead of creating content. For shame, Faye. Jenna, have a good day, Faye, and everyone in the chat. Say hi to... I will, definitely. Thank you. Yes, yes, I love that, Jada. Tony Murray. There's some sort of an energetic... here's the thing. It's a vibration. There's an energetic block between where he is and where he wants to be. Is there something that you can do to help him raise his own personal vibration? I would say maybe, I don't know, I even feel like there's some sort of a block. It's a vibrational block. Maybe grid, I don't know how open-minded he is. Can you grid his bed, or can you like sprinkle salt around his bed? There's some vibration that's a little bit wonky right now. It needs like an energetic clearing, I would say. Maybe even just like go to where he is and like if he's open-minded, sage him or something like that. Because there is some sort of an energetic block, I would say. Tanisha, I just got off work. I'm going to enjoy the replay. Tanisha, love, if you want to, I'm just putting that out there for anyone who's part of the replay crew, for any of the videos, not just this one. If you want to put in the comments, you can put in timestamps and it will populate it. So anyone who's watching this, if you ever want to help the channel out and you're part of the replay crew, you can put in timestamps in the comments and it will populate it. Just putting that out there. Nobody has to do anything. You're most welcome, Rachel. I will thank you. I love you guys. Oh my God, this is amazing. Okay, I caught up on everything. You guys rock. I love you. I'm going to be doing a new video tomorrow. I think I'm going to be doing the video on the Appalachian Mountains because God damn it, do I want to share the goodies that the guides had brought me in that instance. I'm going to try to record that one tomorrow. And thank you. Yes, thank you for the shout out to Pipster. I'm going to, and I have so much content to create for you guys, and I just wanted to hang out with you. By the way, it's really a testament to how awesome this community is and how much fun you guys are, because instead of creating content, I wanted to hang out with you guys. So I love you. Thank you all for being here. Have an amazing rest of your day. I gotta go jet and get some sushi for dinner tonight because I love you all. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Sandra, thank you so much. I will quit crying now. My middle name, oh, I love that. Sandra Faye, God bless you. God is with you. That is beautiful. I love that. Deborah, can't wait. Have a good rest of your night. I love you all. Get lost, slacker. I seriously am. I know, these lives are so much fun. I love hanging out with you guys. I would rather do this than create content. So maybe when I'll actually do the next live, I'll just do a live and a, like, you know, like the AMAs that we've been doing, right? I'll do like a live stream AMA. Because I just love hanging out with you guys. You guys are awesome. So blessings to you and all of yours. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I love you, and be on the lookout for fresh content coming out hopefully tomorrow. Love you, and bye-bye.